I love it when people say to me, oh, I would never eat canned tuna, and I will never eat canned Spam. Okay, well, you probably won't make it. So hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. Let me just tell you right now, if you're looking for somebody to blow smoke up your behind, you are on the wrong channel. Tweety, how did you get over there? What's she got in her mouth? She's been pecking around. Let's get some breakfast, okay? Let's do it. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take her. Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go? So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. So today, instead of going to Dollywood, the mountains, Bald River Falls, the beach, Dollywood, you know, hanging out on the lake, we're gonna be in the heat finishing our stanchion. We had to stop yesterday because one of our boards we found out was warped. So we can't get the roof on. So we just stopped, went and got what we needed to change that. And we're gonna be working today. Working like so many of you out there. Let's talk about this. You have to decide if you're gonna make it or not. You have to make that decision. Somebody else and their decisions, or the life that they lead, or the decisions that they've made, is not necessarily going to make a hill of beans in terms of whether you do or not. There's gonna be a lot of people that in hard times may not make it. This channel here that you are on, mine, Appalachia's Homestead with Patera, we've been around for 8 years. We've shared our journey from leaving the city, leaving everything behind, and starting a farm long away from where we were. We've transitioned to another farm. We talk about homesteading. We've had homesteading conferences. We've had 4. Did you know that? I've had 4 big homesteading conferences. We share our journey in terms of history. We share our journey in terms of farming, gardening, canning, animal husbandry, homeschooling, genealogy, our journey. Within our journey, a lot of the things that you are dealing with, whether you homestead or not, affect us. That's what we've been talking about, especially over recent years, okay? Because a lot of the social issues that we are dealing with, the economic issues that we are dealing with, the decisions that so-called leaders have try to make or do make, affect the homesteading and farming community. They affect you. If you don't own a homestead, if you don't garden, if you don't do any of these things, well, you eat. So guess what? All of these decisions affect you. So a lot of these hotter topics I am prone to talk about because in reality, we talk about them here at home and with our friends and family. I consider you a part of my friends and family. And I appreciate your support. If you're new here, welcome. But let me tell you right now, if you haven't been here very long, let me just speak a little truth. I am not going to sacrifice what I think or believe for a YouTube channel or for anything that I do. I've already proven in my life that I'm willing to give things up, and I'm willing to stick things out, and I'm willing to make the hard choices that I need to make to stick with my beliefs and my convictions. YouTube isn't going to change that. So let me tell you right now, I think that you need to be spending your time, if you're going to be on social media, if you're going to be watching videos, I think you need to pick and choose the ones that you feel are absolutely telling you the truth. I hope I'm one of those people. For those of you that can't accept that reality, you don't need to be here. I'm not your girl. So let me tell you right now, there is going to be an astronomical amount of people that if we stay on the current path that we are on, if things continue to erode in the fashion that we see them eroding, there's a lot of people that aren't going to make it. Did I just scare you? Did I just doomsday you? Oh well, I didn't create that reality. That's the reality that you're in. So you have to sit and decide, number one, do you think that's true? If you don't believe that's true, honey, pack your stuff and go to the beach today. Don't you dare pay off any debt. Don't you dare buy any beanie weenies or Spam. Don't you dare try to learn to garden. Don't you dare try to bake bread. Don't you dare try to make yourself in any way, shape, or form self-sustainable. Because see, you don't believe anything bad's going to happen, right? Don't listen to videos about these circumstances. Don't even talk about inflation. Don't learn how to can beans. And don't you dare talk about the idea that you may have to live in a multi-generational family house unit with people in order to make it. See, that's kind of where this stemmed. Is I did this video yesterday talking about multi-generational families, and that, you know, I thought I was very clear in saying, this may not apply to you, or, you know, this may not happen, or I'm only telling you to, you know, consider people that you value and that you trust and that will work. See, I try to be very clear on my videos. Sometimes I'm probably clearer than other times in terms of, you know, not all scenarios fit everybody, and I understand that. You know, or, you know, this may not apply to you, or I don't read through a crystal ball, so therefore this may not happen. We talk about scenarios because we live a life of preparedness. In this life, you have no guarantees. No one owes you jack squat, and most of us don't know when and if and how things may come about in the future. Your mamaw in 1925 or 1928 didn't have a clue, most likely. Mine didn't, I can tell you right now. Didn't have a clue what was coming around in 1929. And by 1932, it didn't make much of a difference because, see, they were living so poor in Appalachia. They were already doing the things that they needed to be doing prior to a crisis situation, so they didn't know anything different. They were living out, you know, working the homestead, poor as dirt, living a multi-generational family situation. So, see, they made it through the Great Depression. They made it through the pandemic. They made it through World War I. They made it through 1929, through the 30s and World War II. They made it out all of those scenarios because, see, they were living a life that I'm already striving to live, which is as independent, self-sufficient as possible. I can't make people, you can't make people do or not do. But what I will guarantee you is, if and when, it's not if, shut up, Tara. It's when hard times really come to fruition for the majority of the people in this great nation, a lot of them are going to quickly realize how too late everything is. So no, I'm not going to fluff you and lie to you about what I think. If you think differently and you think this is a bunch of hockey, you are on the wrong channel. I'm not going to bend. I don't go to, you know, this is the thing, is I don't go to people's homesteading channels or any channel for that matter and try to tell them what their content needs to be. I don't go to my friend's house and tell them how they need to decorate their kitchen. I don't go down the road and tell people how they need to raise their kids. I just don't do these things. So it blows my mind how many people think that they can do that to others, number one. But really the reason they do that is because they can't accept the fact that they weren't responsible in doing their due diligence. Those people aren't going to make it. Now, the next thing that I'm going to get from this video is I'm going to have somebody tell me how doomsday I just was, how mean I am, how, all of these things, and that I'm not a Christian because I'm telling people truth. Do you really think that God would really, truly tell you or tell anyone, yes, I think that you, sister, I think you need to go put more fake eyelashes on and more gel nails on and buy another pocketbook? Definitely. Charge that credit card to the max. Don't learn any skills. Don't you dare learn to do anything. Yes, I think you need to watch some more TV and listen and some more Netflix. And by all means, girl, I think you need to go buy all the bathing suits that you need, even though you may not look good in them. And I think you need to head out to the beach next week and put another $5,000 or $6,000 on your credit card. And yeah, no, you don't need to stock food. What's that? No. Let that government down there take care of you. Don't listen to me. That's what I think you need to do today. See, this is the thing, is when you tell people and talk about the reality and expectations that they should have on themselves in terms of being responsible adults, that you have people that will tell you you're wrong. You will tell people, what they really like to do is they like to tell you you're not a Christian. They like to tell you, I've never, here's the thing. I don't go to somebody's, if I listen to content on a video and I agree with it, or if I don't agree with it, the last thing that I do, I may say, well, I don't say anything at all. I just turn off the video and go watch National Geographic and something that numbs my brain. You know, I don't want to, if I don't want to have to think about anything, then that's what I do. You know, you have these people out here that do not want to, I don't understand it. They don't want to hear the truth, but yet when they do hear the truth, instead of just turning it off and going off and living their life of horrendous denial, they want to push back on you. See, that's how you know you've pricked their heart and you've done something. So that's a good thing. But the thing they like to throw up in your face the hardest is your faith. So here's the deal. I want you here on my channel. I want you following our journey. We do a lot of fun things. We talk about a lot of real things. But I'm not going to change my content. I absolutely believe, if you watch my video from yesterday, I absolutely 100% believe that you should be having the conversation with yourself, if it applies to you, about living in a multi-generational home that's coming up. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, you know, this may not happen, this may not apply to you, this may not work for you. That, you know what, when we do that, all we're trying to do is pad your weak emotions. That's padding weak people. I believe with absolutism that we will see these times. A lot of you that commented on yesterday's video, you're already saying we're already there because things are already getting bad. People are losing their jobs. People, you know, scenarios where a wife lost her husband and her son and now she can't make it. So, you know, we've taken her in. I didn't tell you to take every Tom, Dick, and Harry in. I didn't say anything about that. I certainly didn't tell you to take in a worthless, you know, family member that won't work a job now and is probably stolen from your, you know, somebody in the family. I didn't tell you to take that person in. That is not what I said. I said working with, taking in independent adults and family members that you absolutely love. Are you thinking about preparing for them having to, you know, move into your home? If you're thinking about that, then perhaps you should set the ground rules now. Think about the realities of this now. You should be thinking about all potentials. I love it when people say to me, oh, I would never eat canned tuna and I will never eat canned Spam. Okay, well, you probably won't make it. Because unless you're out every day dragging it home and know how to hang it up and know how to preserve your own foods and do all the things that I know we're working our butts off every day trying to do and learn to do and have been for years and years and years. Well, honey, if you haven't started doing that a long time ago and you want to turn your nose up to some canned beanie weenies and some Spam, I'm going to tell you right now, you probably ain't going to make it. Because here's the thing. I take you in, people take you in, and you have that type of attitude, you will not be around very long. Okay? That's just not going to work. That's just not going to work. So I don't know what your plan is. You know, I had a lady not too long ago write this huge, long paragraph excusing herself for why she and her family deserve to go to the beach. Ma'am, you're wrong. You don't deserve to, you're not owed anything. That is the lamest thing I've ever seen an adult say. Well, we feel we owe it to ourselves and we deserve it. I would love to really, really sound off on that, but I'm not going to because it's a waste of your time. What you owe to yourself is truth. And what you owe to your family and to your children is to come out of this lame denial and to be working your butt off right now to make sure you have money set aside, to make sure that you have tried to pay off as much debt as possible, to make sure that you have food, water, medicine, and protection. Self-defense lined up. I don't feel bad because I didn't take my kids ever to Disneyland, Disney World. I do not feel bad that we're not going to Charleston this summer for a 4-day vacation because we realigned we have realigned our expectations and things that we need to be doing. No, we need to be working on home. We need to be working on farm. We need to be working on jobs. We need to be working on homeschool. We need to be working together. I don't feel in 10 years, if we're all still hanging around here, I don't feel that my children, my boys are going to look at me and go, man, Mom, wow, I'm still mad at you because you didn't take me to the beach for a couple of days. No, I honestly believe that at some point I'm going to get more thank yous for trying the best that I can to be a very deep-rooted, responsible mother, making sure that I am trying my best to set up my homestead for my family to be as self-sustainable as possible. You may not have those same values. God be with you if you don't. But that's where I personally feel, if you're looking for me to tell you the truth is, I think that's where we all need to be. I know people that I've known for the last 20 years that have kids in the same age category as all of my kids. They made sure every year their kids went on 2 vacations, drove nice vehicles, played every sport on the planet. And I don't have a problem with these things in terms of trying to, life was different 10 years ago maybe than it is today. But at the same time, they're eat up with debt. They're eat up with debt. They don't have they don't even have a garden in their backyard. They do not have a pantry going. And their kids, beyond, playing super T-ball, can't do much of anything else. Are they good people? Yes. Are they harmful to society? No. But I'm telling you right now how much regret they're living in too. So if you want truth, you're at the right channel. If you want, every now and then, you want a little bit of a kick in the butt, you're on the right channel. If you want somebody to stroke your ego and mamby-pamby you and make you feel good today just because, I'm not your girl. If you want to make it, you're going to have to work for it. Don't worry about other people's circumstances. You dig in and worry about yours. Because I have seen people make comments from time to time, and they do it on other channels too, or to other people that I know. Well, you have a farm, so it's easy for you to say, I didn't always have a farm. Do you know you don't know my story. I know that this is about a lot of choices. And I know that if you've made a lot of bad choices, and all of us are guilty of that to a degree, you better change that yesterday. You can start today by putting food away, by putting water away, okay? You can garden in some capacity and learn something today. You can make bread, you can make biscuits, you can learn to sew. A lot of you are educated folks out there. You better be thinking about a different type of side hustle and different options for you. You can make a difference. It doesn't even require money. I said this several days ago on a video. You don't have to pay doo-dah-diddly squat to nobody and become a premium this or that or hooda wada wada to learn something. There is no excuse. Because every excuse that you make, somebody like me is going to come back and say, really? And come back 10 times on you. It's just not a smart move. Worry about you and work on you. If you haven't started putting food away, if you haven't started taking care of your medical needs, if you haven't started taking care of your dog and your children and making sure they've got certain things squared away, paying off, I'm a broken record. Do you have, a lot of people talk about $500, do you have at least $1,000 set aside for an emergency today? That's not even enough to throw out in the wind, but I'm going to start there. Don't look at somebody else's scenario as an excuse as to why you can't or you shouldn't. I had somebody say to me yesterday, well, you're wasting your time. Some of these people, all these people in the city, they're not ever going to be multi-generational. I disagree with you. I'd say there are a lot of people that live in the cities that are living multi-generational. So number one, you're wrong there. And number two, they're not willing to put their hands in the dirt. Well, maybe whether that's true or whether that's not true. I know a lot of people that live in the country that ain't willing to put their hands in the dirt either, sir. So, it's not about necessarily where you live. It's about your effort. And last but not least, let me tell you right now, in terms of living multi-generational families or coming together with like minds and working with people, if you think people are going to take you in, you better have been working your butt off, because I am guaranteeing you, I guarantee you this, and a homemade biscuit with apple butter on it, okay? People that are self-sufficient, self-reliant, you think that are getting it done and are, really, really, really have a chance, they're watching everybody. like the eyes in the woods of the Great Smoky Mountains, the mysteries that you hear, the legends in this area that you never see, but you're told they're there. They're watching. Believe me, we're watching. We're taking inventory. It's not about necessarily how much money you have. It's not about how much stuff you have. It's about, remember I've made a video talking about your worth. And some people just want to argue. I'm worthy because I'm a human being. Yeah, I get you, but you're taking the whole idea out of context here. You want to change the narrative because you don't like the conversation because you haven't done your due diligence. You're not going to get off scot-free like that with me. Let me tell you right now, if you want to be worthy in terms of having value in a new world that we are entering, you better have skill sets. You better have skill sets. Rubbing baby oil on your legs at the beach is not it. Ladies, that's not it. Sorry to hurt your feelings today, but somebody needs to tell you the truth. Get very, very busy. I want you to make it. I believe many could make it, but that is going to be independent decisions made by people. And when all this comes to fruition and all of these things happen that all of us doomsdayers tell you are coming, you can't just then decide, I'm going to be a homesteader now. Too late. Game over. You're done. In fact, if you really want the truth, let me scare you right now. From a lot of people, it may already be too late. And the saddest part about it is, they're in so much denial, they don't even know it yet. At least that's what we think they think. I appreciate you being here. This is what this channel is. This is who I am, and this is what I believe. I hope and pray you're working on your relationship with God, working on your relationships with your family, putting things away, being very, very busy. This is a 24-hour job now, people. Making it from this day forward should have already been is a 24-hour job. I get a lot of you, bless your hearts, I know you're being sweet, and you'll say, Terry, you look tired. I'm dog tired. I am. I'm getting my sleep, and I'm eating good, and I'm getting in my exercise. But we've got work to do. I have no interest in sitting at the beach. Because you know what's going to happen? If I went to the beach, or if I sat on the lake more than maybe 2 hours, you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be sitting there going over in my mind all the things that I need. Getting my due diligence done is my relaxation because I know I'm doing my best. Think about it. Hope you stick around. For those of you that have already unsubscribed, well, ciao, baby. Like, subscribe, and share. We'll see you on the next video. Stay busy. Why are you up here? This is not where you should be, cowboy. Hey, you're on the wrong side.